They live on the edge of town in tents and rusting cars that provide little protection against the searing heat. Rubbish is piled high at the ant-infested camp. These are the appalling conditions experienced by some Aboriginal people in Port Hedland, an iron ore town that has created vast wealth for Australia.
My name is Ronald Mosquito. I'm from the up north Kimberley, but I've been living here for 4 years with my partner. I'm on the housing list. When I already come from up north, come here and stay with my families and friends here at 12 Mile. Yeah, and it's very hard to get a housing, and there's no toilet facility, anything, and it's very hard.
Port Hedland has enjoyed a decade-long mining boom, during which house prices have tripled and major investments have flowed into hospitals, schools and road infrastructure in the town. But the gap between rich and poor has widened, and some people have slipped through the cracks. Indigenous people in particular suffer from homelessness in the town, in what is one of the richest areas in Australia.
Every morning, Ronald, Jonathan Sambo and a dozen or more homeless people walk from their camp to a local charity to get a meal. Many have serious medical conditions. Some have drug and alcohol problems. Due to a chronic shortage of social housing in the town, they face a wait of several years to get a home.
Yeah, I'm from here, born here, but I live in a bush. I went to Homes West, asked for house. I'm in a waiting list, but they told me to wait for 9 years.
The squalid conditions faced by some First Australians are a world away from the plush housing developments being built for miners in what has become the biggest iron ore port in the world. Some of these private houses currently lie empty due to the recent slowdown in the iron ore sector. Local Labour MP Stephen Dawson says the situation is indefensible.
I get people in my office every day looking for support, trying to get access to housing in the town. Lots of those people happen to be Aboriginal people, which is a sad indictment really on the town and on the community. They are the original inhabitants of this land, yet they've missed out in many respects on the boom. They haven't seen any of the benefits that some of the other people in town have seen.
The mining boom generated billions of dollars in profit for the big mining companies and tax and royalty revenue for government. Property owners gained as prices and rents skyrocketed due to a shortage of housing caused by poor planning by local government, according to Morag Lowe, a local estate agent.
Rents here were as expensive as Sydney and Melbourne. This part of WA, really economically, it might be very important. Politically, it's not. So over the decades, it had been totally ignored.
The Western Australian government says it is planning a massive commitment to Port Hedland. But Bob Neville, Chief Executive of the Bloodwood Tree Association, which works with Indigenous people, says the mining industry and the government need to do more.
And they really need housing, and if we can get people into housing, we can help them in getting skills training and we can help them to get jobs. But until they get housing, they're living in the bush, and there is too much alcohol and violence going on out there at the moment.
Oh yeah, sometimes, but it's hard to stay healthy because the environment out there we live in is very, very bad. We just need a proper facility just to look after us.